Hey there, it's Kelly Donahue Piro, your favorite industry best friend. Well, I'm here to let you know that you've done something great for your agency by joining and listening in on our podcast or watching our YouTube channel. I just want to remind everybody that we're here to help. So if you need anything, drop a comment, go to our website, hang out with our chat, or just contact us. There's a problem in your agency, I got solutions, right? I like to think of it, you got a problem, I'll solve it. But let's get into the content today so that you can improve your awareness and knowledge of solutions that exist to the agency's core challenges.
We need to know everybody's gotten the same information the same way for our agency and how we do things.
The vision and values of the company is huge. You want new people to come in and immediately know what they stand for, what they're striving towards.
Training isn't an afterthought anymore. It has to be your competitive advantage. Welcome back to our ridiculously amazing insurance podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about something that will completely transform your agency, and that is building intentional training programs for insurance agents. Because let's be honest, the way most of us learned insurance was trial by fire. And today's new hires are walking into dozens of systems, carrier rules, service expectations, and the learning curve is steeper than ever. So instead of hoping people will figure it out, the most successful agencies are actually getting proactive. They're hiring for attitude, teachability, and then they're building structured programs that actually develop their talent from the ground up. So today we're going to be breaking down what that looks like, from building foundations to modern training techniques and setting up a 90-day roadmap plan that drives real success. And I am joined here today by our awesome, fantastic group to unpack this topic. My name is Sarah, and I'm a virtual development trainer here at APP. And I'm joined by the diva of insurance, Stephen, and the wonderful Gina, who leads our emerging agency team. So, Stephen, I would love for you to tell me about how we should structure a program on how to learn insurance.
First of all, I love when somebody comes to an agency that we start them at square one, even if they have 100,000 years of experience. I think that we need to know everybody's gotten the same information the same way for our agency and how we do things. So I like to start with things like, what is insurance? I know it might sound wild even for experienced agents, but we need to make sure that they understand insurance the way that we understand insurance, right? Or maybe they were really good at one piece and we need to train them a little bit more. But I think it's helpful for every person, whether they're brand new to insurance or they have tons of experience, to really get that foundation set again. And then plus, it's just a good reminder of some of the insurance concepts. So really, what does it do? How does it work? Those kinds of adventures. Number two is systems and technology. Every agency out there does things a little bit different. We have to be able to learn the systems. We have to know what the technology is and how it works and how it plays together. And then we have to learn our carriers and their appetites. What is it that they do want, don't want? How do we work well with them? How do we make sure that we're a good agency partner? And just because we went to work with that carrier in the past, it doesn't mean that we don't need a refresher, or maybe your area or your agency does things a little bit different with specific carriers. Processes and procedures is also huge. We all need to push the same buttons the same way to get the same results, which may sound insane because you can do it 47 different ways. But I like to say it's like wrangling cats, right? If I can't follow a process and my team doesn't follow a process, how do I know I'm getting the same result every time? And it kind of goes down to the customer experience. So if I go to McDonald's, I expect them to say, are you using the app today? Go ahead when you're ready, right? If I don't hear that, I almost panic. And I'm like, where am I? Am I with you today? I don't know. Right. Ronald, what happened? So I think we need to really focus on process and procedure so our clients get the same experience, which then build on our culture. We need to talk about the values of the agency and why those are important and how we live them and where's the agency going, so everybody can help run the boat in the same direction.
I love that. It can definitely be chaos when you have everybody doing a little bit of their own thing over here and a little bit of their own thing over there. So that's fantastic structure. But we all know the easiest and first step is to share information about your company with new hires. And this is something that kind of comes as a knee-jerk reaction at this point. But Gina, I would love to hear about some basics that you feel that we should include for new hires.
Absolutely. And it's important to fill them in on the company and the agency because it helps to welcome them in and help them feel like they're a part of everything right off the bat. Instead of learning like 3 years from now, the agency history or the current stats, sharing them in the beginning, like your personal lines numbers, your policy count, customer count, same with commercial, helps them feel like they're getting into something versus just going to a job. And they also need the team to know right away, what's the org chart? Like, what's our structure? That way they know, okay, this person works in this department, so-and-so is over here. Otherwise, they're not going to know who to go to with questions. Additionally, I think Stephen touched on this. The vision and values of the company is huge. That you want new people to come in and immediately know what they stand for, what they're striving towards, and what they need to embody as a new hire. Additionally, any goals or incentives that you're going to hold them accountable to. And it, again, helps them see the bigger picture, how their efforts right from the beginning help the team and the company achieve what they want. Maybe also consider filling them in on your meeting cadence, like how often the department meets or what their coaching meetings will look like. And then filling them in lastly on the technology of the company, other apps or self-service options you have for clients and on the team themselves.
Fantastic. And I know when it comes to training, that is something that we're very passionate about. It's something that we do all the time here. And we actually have a lot of training tools that can help your team get started. And we actually have our new Insurance 101 training that it's made for reps that are brand new to the insurance industry. And it talks about personal lines, commercial lines, life policies, as well as understanding your role, whether it's in service or sales. And I think it's really important to have the perspective that our clients look to us to translate insurance because they're not licensed. And like we always say, nobody loves to buy our products. And so we really need to sell that and become advocates for our clients to let them know, hey, we're here to guide you to making great insurance and long-term financial decisions. And this course is actually available on demand in our agency school, or we also have it on live virtual training for those who prefer to work in a group or would like a little bit more accountability tied to this course. So if coverages aren't your strong suit and you're looking to win over more clients and make those sales, we also have our How to Sell and Explain Coverage course, which goes over 62 different insurance coverages with claims examples that really resonate with clients and what the coverage actually does. We also have our WOW customer service course, which is all about soft skills and how to go to the extra mile to make every call the best call of a client's day. And we have several process guides so that you can develop one quickly based off of our best practices. But if we have a DIY diva watching us today, what are some things that we're going to want to pull together, Gina?
You want to, I mean, don't overthink it, but have some sort of like glossary of terms. You know, people that add, even if it's a refresher because they've been in the field for a while or they're brand new, some idea of like the most commonly asked questions about coverage, something they can easily reference. And it's helpful to have your procedure manual ready to go. I believe in giving people the tools and training off of them and then helping them learn where to find it after that. Because you can't answer the same question every 3 minutes, every single day of your life. You won't get much done. So having your team know where your processes are housed is very important. Give them an idea of the carrier appetites, where we want to place business, why we need to place business there. Giving them the reasoning behind it will help support them to know how to do that. And I like the idea of a tech cheat sheet, like what technology you have, what it does, why it's useful, just quick hits that they can always go to.
I like that. And one of the things that we run into is sometimes people see training as a punishment or it's something that people aren't really excited about. And so I would love your perspective, Stephen, on setting training expectations.
I think we need to be open and honest up front, right? And I think that's sometimes hard for us to do because we don't want to offend people. But I think if we also explain the why behind it, it can be helpful. So it's like, hey, I know you're brand new, or I know you have experience. I know whatever we know about them. We're not doing that because it's a punishment. We want everybody to be able to move the path forward, right? How do we get to that next step? How do we get to that next place? And I think that we just need to have a structured training in place that everybody goes through. They can go through it faster if they already know the content. They can go through it a little bit quicker and they will be able to complete it. But at least we know everybody heard the same thing the same way. So I think during every training session, we need to take notes and have them take notes as well. Like as a leader, I would take notes to be like, last time I onboarded this person, here was a couple of rough patches we did. Let's try to fix it for the next time. Not a today problem, but before we bring in the next person, we got to fix it. But I also want to know what people that we're training with are taking away from the learning. So I think we need to have that time for interaction. I also think that we need to set expectations that this is not optional. Everybody needs to do it. Just because you do or don't like it doesn't mean it will or won't happen. And I think that we engage by having them ask questions if it's interactive, right? Like, is your camera on if it's virtual? Are you participating, or are you like sitting there with a dull look on your face staring at the sky, waiting for it to be over? So I think we need to make sure that they know that it's going to be interactive, that we're going to set those benchmarks, and that we're going to be having quizzes or things so we know people are focusing on the content and what they're learning, not just listening in one ear, out the other. So I just love a good accountability of them paying attention, doing the paying attention. My ninja trick is I will do a training checklist that I make them sign up that they're comfortable with the content. So if I do a pop quiz and I'm like, awesome, so you said you could do this, show me. And then when they freak out, I'm like, you signed yourself off on this. I didn't sign you off on this. So I think it's going to help that way as well to get that engagement.
Absolutely. And I think to kind of add on to that, we have to inspect what we expect, right? And we can sign people up for training and sit down with them. But like, if they're really understanding it, we need to be able to ask them questions. We need to check their knowledge. And these are also things that we do in our live virtual training for Insurance 101, where it's like every week you have quizzes, every week you have a homework assignment, and then we brainstorm about it and see where you're at and see what we can do to get you up to the next level. But I think our key takeaway from this topic is definitely this: training isn't an afterthought anymore. It has to be your competitive advantage. So when you combine a strong foundation of modern learning techniques, intentional hiring, and a clear 90-day roadmap, you don't just onboard employees, you're actually building a pipeline of confident, capable agents who grow with your agency and actually want to stay. And in today's market, that has to be everything. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It is so fun giving you guys tips and tricks every single, week out there. Remember, you can find us on social media for updates. You can like or comment on this podcast or video, and we're here for you. And check out our website. There's a ton of tools. We have over 1,000 blogs on our website. We have over 1,000 videos on YouTube. You can search and find answers to your top questions. But also, if you need a little bit more help, you want a best friend that's there cheerleading for you, giving you the guidance that you need, and being there on some of those tough days, let us know. We'd love to meet your agency and learn if we're a good fit. All right, signing off. Go sell insurance.